ready. It's a rainy day. I thought I would get some crocheting done. Welcome to my channel. My name is Maria. I am working on a heart angel. The pattern is at Around the Globe Crochet, and it's right out here on YouTube, and there's a website. There are patterns in English, I think German and Spanish. Not sure. I'll have to check on that. But all of these designs are originals from around the globe. And she has a beautiful website, and I'll link to it. And her tutorials are absolutely amazing, so I won't even attempt to make a tutorial. But I made her Christmas angel, and I made a few of them for Christmas gifts. And I just want to say she has a beautiful website where she sells really beautiful little hearts and snowflakes and all kinds of beautiful things. And she can either make them for you or she can give you the pattern. And then she has some free tutorials that she does just so beautiful. I am wearing my little camera, so I can't really get, I'm connected to the computer and I can't really show you all the stitches. I don't have permission to show you the stitches. But they're pretty basic. If you know how to single crochet, if you know how to double crochet, if you know how to triple crochet, if you know how to slip stitch, if you know how to chain, if you know how to, in the beginning, make a circle and join, if you know how to keep track of your marker, where you began, and you have a little cotton in your house, or little polyester fly or some old sock yarn or something, you can do this. If you have number 10 lace, this is Red Heart number 10, and hers always look better than mine do. But once I get it stuffed, and if you have a little something to stuff your little angel or ghost with, whatever. We're getting towards Halloween. Okay, hers is much smaller than this. I have the same stitch count, but she knits tighter than I do with this. I'm just coming off of knitting a chunky sweater. It literally took me an hour just to do the first round because I haven't worked with crochet in so long, or thin yarn, and I was knitting with number 5 chunky yarn and big needles. So if your hands are used to doing that for a while, then you really got to adjust. But it's a nice little brain and hand workout. It's very relaxing. So all you need is a little bit of cotton yarn, a little bit of cotton, or something to stuff your little angel person with. And she's going to get a crown. And I believe the crown's probably going to go on like the Christmas angel did, where you need a glue gun, maybe a little cornstarch in the house and some water, or even sugar, or Elmer's glue and water would work too. I'll pick that up. I'm using a crochet hook that is a 2. She's using almost a 2, so mine are going to be a little bigger. So this little dress is going to come down like this, And then her little skirt is going to start, and then her little wings. I can't wait. Okay, so that's one project I am working on. And I think I gotta get the rest of the stuffing back in her. So I am just starting to reduce my stitches. I gotta remember where I'm at. So it's a rainy day. We're having a nice autumn rainy day. I hope everybody's having a nice day. I am just working on several things at once, keeping my place, and I will link to all these things. And I'll show you the beginning of a couple things. So I can't show you this. Don't have her permission. Around the Globe Crochet. You will please support her Etsy store because she makes beautiful angels. But I mean, she does give a few free tutorials, and then she gives digital downloads and everything, which are really cool. And then I found a really awesome pattern at One Dog Wolf. I will give them, I think it's One Dog Wolf. One Dog Woof. Say it wrong. One Dog Woof. And it's called the Adirondack Wrap. And the pattern is written really interestingly. A lot of people in the comments were like, well, what the heck? I can't get past row 1, or I can't get past row 3. So I don't have her permission to do it. A lot of people are asking for video companion for that or whatever. I don't have her permission to make that. I checked her website. It wasn't, there's no actual, I'll put it over here. There's no video companion. So I think I'm just going to show the first 3 rows. So that, because what I'm reading is a lot of people just have trouble with the first 3 rows, and it's so much fun to make. So the yarn is called Mandala by Lion Brand, and she is connected to Lion Brand. She has a kit that's only $27, which is great because you only need 3 skeins of Mandala yarn, light 3, and you can pick any color combination you like. You need 3 of the same or similar. So I have 2 that are similar and 1 that's totally not, but I'm using up my stash yarn. And you're going to make 3 separate triangles. I'll show you what it looks like so far. So that's the mandala yarn. So it blocks out. This is just a sample of the shawl, and this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the first few rows here, and I actually changed color just so you could see the stitch difference. So what I just wanted to say about this really quick is you start with a magic circle, and I'll leave the link for this. So you start with a magic circle, and my camera's going to be weird. Okay. I have a shadow. It's kind of gray. So I'm using grape, mainstay, and bubblegum pink. And if you know how to make a magic circle, chain, do a double crochet, and do a cross double, or what she's calling a match cross stitch, you'll be fine. And how to assemble, doing a mattress stitch where you're going from the outside to the inside of another stitch and making them match up so it's almost like an invisible stitch, you'll be fine. So this is mainstay yarn, grape, bubblegum, mainstay yarn, Church of Walmart, spun in Turkey, really nice. You could use a 4 medium worsted weight if it's a light one, and you can stripe your own colors. Like I started with grape, I got 2 colors here, yellow, where'd yellow come from? Pink and grape. So the way this goes is she's suggesting a J-hook, which is a 6.0. I'll just show you this, how to start this really quick, because I think a lot of people are writing about how do I do a magic circle, or how do I, and she's got links to all that, but I read some really nasty comments over at Lion Brand, and it was so irritating me because it's written beautifully. There is some people like to just change the way they write it so that, like, you know how crochet, a pattern will say at the beginning of row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever row it is, chain 3, turn, or chain 3 and double crochet in the same stitch, or don't turn, or whatever at the beginning, and then it will say from asterisk to asterisk do this or that, and then at the end do this. So the way her pattern is written is begin, like work 3 double crochet, chain 1 into a magic circle. So a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? I can't get, how do you start it? Because some people would write, make a magic circle, double crochet 3, chain 1, double crochet 3 into the magic circle, right? So her writing is different. It's like, and I like it. It's kind of cool. So work 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet into a magic circle, and then row 1 F1 means either at the front, at the beginning of the beginning of the row, you're going to chain 3 and then do another double crochet in the same stitch. And I'll show you how to do this. Hopefully I'll get it right. Okay, so for a magic circle, the way I do it is I go over my 2 fingers and I wrap around and I crisscross like that. Hold it together like this. And I come under with my crochet hook the first, I pick up the second, and basically you've got a little pretzel there, but it's the bottom of a slip knot. If I was to keep pulling, this would be my slip knot. So all you have to remember is sometimes they'll have you chain up, sometimes they'll have you just start working into this little circle. So I'm going to hold my hand there to keep it not so awkward, because it does get a little awkward. I'm going to yarn over for a double crochet. I'm going to move my tail up to the front of it and go around it. Drop a stitch. I've got 3 on the hook. I'm going to pull through 2. It's raining really hard where I am, so the lights are flickering. And pull through 2. I have a little bit of a shadow going on. It's really annoying. That's better. Kind of. I hope. Okay, so then yarn over again. Go into your circle. Nope, that's worse. Okay, this is better. So we're just making double crochets inside the circle. That's all you're doing. Pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Another double crochet, yarn over, go into your circle, pull up a loop. Try to make them all level because this is the foundation for the actual shawl. So then we're going to chain 1, and that's for our space beginning the shawl. And then 3 more double crochet. Try to bring them up level. So I live in upstate New York, and, well, western New York. And so, but I know where the Adirondacks is. I think I said it. My kids always tease me because I can never say Adirondacks good. For years I've been saying it wrong. Adirondacks. So it's called the Adirondacks wrap. It's a beautiful fall wrap. You could use any light, so just pull your little tail there. Not too much. You don't have to pull it shut right now. You can wait, because you want to make sure you get all your stitches. Okay. And then mostly, you have to remember to separate your stitches and get that end stitch. So you turn, and this is what you got. So her pattern begins with F1, which means the front. So you got to remember to turn, chain 3. It says F1, you're always going to chain 3, and that's going to count as 1 stitch. And then in that same stitch, you're going to double crochet. If you don't remember to do this, it doesn't grow your shawl. And at the end, the last stitch, you're going to do 2 double crochets, and that says E for end. In the middle, it just tells you what to do. So I'll show you. So then it says double crochet the next 2. So I'm going to go into the next 2 stitches. I'm going to double crochet them. And now remember, we chained 1 into the circle. That's going to be our chain space. That's the chain 1. So into the chain space, it tells us middle, and it's in brackets, in chain space, 3 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and chain 2, and 3 double crochet again. So 1 more. So you kind of, in the beginning, they might get a little bunched together. You gotta kind of look at them, make sure you got 3. So 1, 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3. And then very clearly it says go, it says middle again, go into your next 2 stitches and double crochet. So just going up the arch of the shawl and down the arch of the shawl. And then in the last stitch, which is very hard, and I think this is why people are having problems with some shawl things, is it's very hard to see that last stitch on the end. If you don't get into it and do 2, like get really into it, make sure you're through both of the strands, that last one. If you just get through one, it'll look weird. Let me get through both of them. It's kind of snug. You're going to go in to that last stitch and double crochet 2. Okay, so now you have your little, and you can kind of close it up more if you wanted to. I'm not all the way through. Hang on 1 second. Not all the way through. All right, let me pull up. So that is the beginning of a shawl right there. So then you turn, and this will be the front again. Okay, you can. A lot of people are saying like their end is going in on them, or it's not growing, or by 3 they're confused. You just turn again. This way. I'm sorry. This way. Turn. I'm backwards. Get that hair out of there. And you remember to chain 3. And do a double crochet right into that same stitch. Okay. So then you should have 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then you'll be in here. So it'll tell you to double crochet 5 stitches. It'll say middle, double crochet 5 stitches. Okay. And then we just do what it says to do in the middle again, which is 3 double crochets into the chain space. So again, yarn over, go in, drop a loop, you have 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you have 3 there. 2 chain space, yarn over, 3 double crochet. Okay, so you can see your arch, and you can, now you can shape it if you want to. You should have 5 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that end stitch there you're going to make 2. So double crochet 5 stitches, just take my ring off, keep wanting to hook it up. Okay, so from here we can see we got our 3 right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Come right down into here, 5. And here's where I think people can get confused is we did, at the end, we did 2 double crochet in the last stitch. We're going to go to the last stitch again, always at the end, and it will tell us what to do. We're going to do 2 here at the end, not in that first stitch not that second stitch we made, but we're making another one. It will get easier to do as it grows. It's just the first few rows that are a little funky in a good way because we're working with purple. So who am I thinking of? Prince! No, yeah, I am. All right, so then you turn again so you can see it's working out into a shawl. So you make 3 triangles exactly the same. And I'll show you a couple of the fun stitches in a minute. We chain 3 again. Come back into that stitch. Double crochet. Now it should be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, that looks strange. Wait a minute. That looks strange. I don't think I got into my. Did I get into my stitch? Why does it look so strange? Why? Why is there a space there? Gee, that looks really funky weird. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to fill it in there. I don't know why that's like that. I think I dropped something. Let me see. What did I do? What didn't I do? Let me see, let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. No, don't go there. You would go into here. I don't know why I have that space. I don't know. Oh, and maybe I didn't yarn over. We'll see. See if it's still there when I. No, it's fine. It's the same as the other side. I don't know why. Looking at it weird. We go right back into that space. Yeah, and that's the end. If we look at this side, it's the same. It's the same. Okay, so then chain 3, turn, double crochet in that same space, and then it should be 8. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're right up to our little space again. So we do 3 double crochets, and these will be in brackets in the pattern. This is one of those patterns that once you get it in your head, you can just turn on a movie. Chain 2, every now and then pop some popcorn in your mouth. And keep crocheting. I almost said knitting. I've got so many things on the hook right now. I've got snowflakes, I've got angels, I've got sweaters, I've got afghans, and they're all getting done because my cat ripped out a sweater that I was putting pockets on. He put a big hole in it, and I have to rip the whole sweater out. I'm very upset with him right now. Okay, so then it should be 8 again. So you come down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now when you look down, you should only see 2 stitches there because you made 2 out of 1. But what I'm saying is at the end, you go into the last stitch, and make 2 in that stitch. Because if we went into the front stitch, it wouldn't grow. Okay, so now we're right back where we started, and what I'm going to do is turn, but I'm going to switch the color yarn, because if you don't have this kind of yarn that blacks out in different colors, which is going to be really freaky. Mine's going to be freaky looking, but I know the lady I'm making for it doesn't mind wearing very psychedelic clothes and lots of colors, so she's going to be fine with it. Or fractal art kind of clothing, so it's going to be fine. For somebody else, I would actually go buy 3 skeins of the same, so all the triangles look the same, but you could make your triangles all look the same, and then you're just going to form a W. So you're going to have you know, 1 triangle going down. I know, maybe an M, or like 1 going up and 1 going down and 1 going up. And you're going to do a mattress stitch, which is kind of like an invisible stitch. And I'll leave you the pattern so you can see it. Okay, so now she has, so far, what I want to say One Woof Dog has done. I hope I got her name right. onewoofdog.com. She's a brilliant designer, and so is Around the World Crochet. Amazing tutorialists. But this particular pattern for the Adirondack Wrap has been out since like 2018. There's a beautiful kit on Lion Brand. You could pick your own 3 skeins of yarn, get your crochet hook with a digital pattern, for $27, which is much cheaper than if you went and bought this yarn right now. When I bought this mandala yarn, it was $2.99. It was on sale at Walmart. And there weren't many there weren't like 3 of anything, or they were all different colors. And I basically just used them as I took them apart, made them into hats for Ukraine and all over, but, and scarves. But, and I held 2 pieces of yarn together and it was very cool. But if you don't have the mandala, right now people are really, having a hard time, and I'm using up my stash yarn. I'm not buying any new yarn. And that's just the way it's going to be. I've kept it really well, so it's fine. Wash and black things before you give them, and it'll be fine. Don't leave your stuff out where your cat can destroy it. Like I did. Don't do that. If you're blocking something, oh my God. He nearly poked his eye out and his nose with the pins. He was going for the pins, but he had his paws on the actual sweater as I was blocking it. And I left the house for not even 10 minutes to go to the store, and I came home and my moon bow slouchy sweater from Mama in a Stitch, Jessica, ruined. Now that yarn cost me $60, so I'm really upset. That was 6 skeins of yarn, so I'm really upset with them, but I'm going to rip it out, start over. But you could achieve the same thing with one Woof Dog Adirondack scarf by just changing your yarn. The way I change yarn is I just put it over the crochet hook like this. I hold it kind of tight and bring it through, and I do it with my chain. So then I kind of like this, what I used to do for Fair Isle and shapework is I wrap around the color with the opposite. I did that one. So wrap the purple around, that you won't see it, and just chain up with your pink or whatever color you're using. It's kind of awkward at first, but it works. So that you don't see any floaters, or you don't actually see the change. It's going to be kind of loose at first. First stitch is kind of weird. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I could just let that drop. You can also cut your colors as you go, and you'll have a nice fringe on the side, but there are tassels for this. So now I'm working with my pink. F1 at the beginning is double crochet into that first stitch, chain 3, double crochet in the first stitch. Right. So now I could just go on as usual, but what it's telling us to do is let's see, I believe it's, I might have this right, I might have this wrong. I believe it's double crochet 1, and then let me count. Skip 2. Right, we'll see where I get to. I believe it's either double crochet the first stitch or it's do 5 cross mesh stitch. So I'm going to show you a cross mesh stitch. A cross mesh stitch, and that's why I'm using the pink to show it, is you yarn over, skip 1, double crochet into the next one. Right? Yarn over, go back to the previous stitch you skipped in the front, and double crochet. And now you have cross stitch. And that gives it some pattern. So it should be 5. So skip 1, go into the next, double crochet, yarn over, come back to that previous one we skipped, and I have to remember to make my yarn level so the crosses will be nice and neat. Right? So skip that one, come into this one, double crochet. That looked weird. It's raining like crazy out there. We need the rain. All right. And then yarn over, come back into the previous one. All right. Skip this one, come into the next one. Yarn over, come into the previous stitch. I apologize for my camera. I don't have the right kind of camera to show you this the right way. I wish I did. I'm wearing it on me, so I'm trying not to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to do it one more time. So skip one, come into the next one. So it is 5 cross mesh stitches that you're doing. Couldn't remember if it was a double crochet and then you begin the cross mesh, but it's 5. Okay, so we're up to the 3 here, right? So we're up to our arch. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to do, it'll say middle brackets, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So we chain 2, 2 double crochet here. And I like to always make a small sample of whatever I'm going to begin with so I can see how the stitches, so I can practice the stitches and see how they work, how they look. Picking up my purple with me. And this is my scrap yarn, so I have some knotty business going on here. I'll just push that away. Right? So now you have texture going on, which is really nice. There's my shadow out of the way. Sorry about that. It was my hand. My hand was making the shadow. So I was sitting outside when it wasn't raining the other day, out at a picnic table way across the courtyard, away from the tree, because it kept dropping leaves on me. I was like, stop it, stop it. It's too early to do that. And we have a very big Latina community here, and some of the ladies were watching, and one of the men came over and he said, we make those in Mexico seasonally. We sit on a stoop in the street and we sell them. And he saw the yarn. He said, that's nice yarn. He said, you keep making them and you sell them. I said, no, not selling them. But yeah, but he said the women go by, the men go by, everyone buys them for a gift for somebody, a souvenir, something, right? And it really does take on a really nice flare with the crisscross mesh stitches in it and just a plain double crochet. And then she uses 2 different abbreviations for just variations of double crochet. But if you know how to do this, you can do the rest. So it's skip one, come into the next one, double crochet, come back to the first one. And it's just adding some texture. And I think with the brighter color, the texture is really nice. Skip the next one. So you could pick any of your yarn in your stash. That's like a light 4. I found that Karen's Simply Soft Economical works just as good as, or maybe even, just skip one, come into the next one, double crochet. Pound of Love baby yarn. If you have any of that in your stash, or Karen Simply Soft, or if you have Scarf in a Ball, Scarfy, any of those will work just as good as mandala, although mandala shapes up really cool. There's also Baby Bernay Cakes that works up good. There's also Love Soft Baby. So if you have any of those in your stash, they will work up. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. And you'll know if you're on target because you'll be right to that last stitch. And then, so skip the one, go back into the one you skipped. Such an easy, nice thing to do on a rainy day. Just remember, this is what people are not remembering. I read 111 comments to find my answer, which, what is this FME thing? FME. Went to the Master Abbreviation of Crochet, saw people writing, I'm a seasoned crocheter, I've never seen a pattern written like this, I can't get past row 1, I bought the yarn, I'm so upset, blah, 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 blah. Just read all the comments. People help each other in the comments. And somebody, if you're questioning it, somebody else is questioning it. But you know what? I like the way it's written. Because you don't have to watch the asterisk to asterisk. You don't have to read beginning to this or that. It's just front, middle, end. I love that. I think it's brilliant. So just remember, the last stitch is not this stitch, and this is not the edge. The edge stitch is your last stitch. All right? So dig right into that. And at the end, you do 2 double crochet. So I would keep going with this, but there's really nothing else you need to know. And plus I can't show you the whole pattern. But I thought I would do the first few rows so that people could just see how very simple it is and how beautiful. Let me get into the light. It is. And you can use your own yarn, bust up your stash yarn. Or you can use one that blocks out like a cake, like a Lion brand. And what she also said is if you have 3 identical, you can pull from the middle and kind of hope that all your triangles turn out the same. And then when you assemble them together, you can also shape them and it'll be seamless. But you really got to block each one separate, wash and black, and then pin them. And then assemble them together nicely, and you'll be fine. So I just wanted to show this because I saw so many different comments. I'm going to go get my phone. That's my cue to leave. Have a nice day. I hope you'll try to go to Crochet Around the Globe. One Woof Dog. It stopped. onewoofdog.com and do this Adirondack shawl. It would work for anything, but I think people that are mountain people in upstate New York would really like this in the autumn. It's shawl weather. And it can work for a scarf too. So it's really cool. And then also, not only does Around the World Crochet have English, she has, I believe, Spanish and maybe German. I can't, maybe it's Danish. I don't know. I'm going to go look and see so I don't get that wrong. But as long as you have a little steel crochet hook and some cotton and some actual cotton filler, cotton balls, you'll be fine. That's all you need. And she shows you how to do all of these. I have one neighbor and me that joke. We decorate around the holidays and we're always putting witches on our door and stuff. And I was out there making it and she said, "You making voodoo dolls again?" I said, "Yeah, I am." No, I'm making angels. But you can make little ghosts out of them, little Casper ghosts, right? I mean, you could do some real Halloween fun ones too. I mean, you can have fun with them. So that, and then the other one was Mama in a Stitch. That sweater, Moonbow slouchy sweater. I loved it so much. I had it totally ready. I was getting ready to put the pockets on it. Hey. It's totally ripped out. It's got holes in it. He just like pranced all around it trying to get the pins. It's a good thing he's not blind. The first thing I said is, oh my God, he could have poked his eye out with that. But then I saw the sweater. You know, I came in like a Christmas story. Dustin, you could have poked your eye out. You could have choked on that. You could have bled. It could have gotten in your nose. Scolding him like a little child, right? No, 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 no. He scooted out of the room. I didn't even know until I went to lift it up that there were holes in it. It was totally dry. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So, yeah, if you've ever ripped out boucle chunky yarn, you know what I'm dealing with every day. All right, so this is Craft Hobby Day. So that's 3 crafts you can do, or 2 for today. And I just thought I would show it because it's that time of year, back to school, people are getting back in, you know, long weekend, Labor Day, families aren't getting together. It's that weather that you want to knit, crochet, make hobbies. And I think all of us need a hobby. And so I hope you enjoy. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye-bye. Thanks for dropping by. Please subscribe, like, share, and I'd be very glad to have you here. I have upcoming videos coming up about um, tapering off of opiates, fentanyl patches, benzos, um, muscle relaxers. That's coming up. Videos coming up about A Mind of My Own. Christine Costner Sizemore. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Also, I have a video coming up about inner world, inner landscapes, what doctors tell people with multiple personality, what it used to be called, dissociative identity disorder, what it is called now, to do in mapping their system or their inside world. It's really more for category purposes, but I'll get into more of that later. And then I want to talk about the integration process, how that's gone for me. And then I want to talk a little bit about what I think might, some questions that have been raised in my mind about Britney Spears and why maybe she was where she was and they were doing the kind of treatment they were doing, which is really strange. So I have all kinds of different videos coming up, and I hope you'll join me for them. And to back at the bayou in Louisiana, I hope you're doing okay. All right, take care, everyone. Bye bye.